What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad, and you are in the midday market recap where we talk about the stocks that we traded today, how we were able to find success, why they moved, and why we made money. And today, Tuesday of all days in the OTC, usually a slow day during the week, has proven to be a real money maker nevertheless. And I'll go into why coming up. But before, let me introduce myself again. My name is Brad, and I trade over-the-counter penny stocks. And these stocks are not traded on the New York Stock Exchange. It's a very volatile environment to be in. But I have created a system where I can manage my risk, and that's really what's allowed me to do this full time and really kind of hunker down and do this for a living. Also, I have a community that I've created. It's called We Trade HQ. Me and my partner Jay created this platform that's not just surrounded around penny stocks, but all stocks in general. So if you're trading options, forex, futures, big board stocks, even cryptocurrencies, which are starting to pick back up, I might add. No matter what you're trading in the market, We Trade HQ is the place for you. So go check it out. We have 4,200 members from around the globe learning and growing and celebrating each other's success in all areas of the market. It's absolutely free to join. So go check it out. Links are in the description below. Also wearing a new shirt here, so if you're interested in checking out the All Bull No Bear new design for the OTC, go check that out as well. I love these new shirts that we have. It's pretty cool. So go check it out. What's going on? Smash Max Stone, Joe CD, Culebra, Mike. I appreciate you giving me a hard time, guys, on the mic stuff and whatever else. I take no offense to it. I love making fun of myself, so I appreciate it. I've had some troubles with the mic and making sure that it was turned on before I went live. You would think that I just have this thing down pat after doing it for so long, but nevertheless, I still make mistakes. It is what it is. What's going on, Joker Inc., Blade Runner, Muiz, Trials, Salah, good to see you guys. Amy, Dave, Chris, beam me up, Barry. Good to have you guys. So what's been going on? INKW went up 60% as of the start of this live stream. So I was able to identify a nice solid bottom, shouted it out within my mentorship group, which if you're not aware of, I do have a mentorship where I go live with an exclusive group from 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern time, go live to identify potential catalysts that come up pre-market. We make a plan, we execute after the bell, and plan accordingly. Sometimes we make some really great trades like we did today. Sometimes we just sit on our hands and wait to see how the market might react. Either way, we come up with a plan on how we're going to do out the play out the day. And so if you want to be a part of that, step up your trading game. Again, the links are down in the description. It really pays for itself, and you don't have to take my word for it. There's folks within this chat group that can also attest to that. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys as per the usual that I do every day. First one I'm going to talk about is INKW. Now, this is one that I talked about during Stockwatch Sunday. If you're not familiar with Stockwatch Sunday, make sure you subscribe and tune in at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time every Sunday night where I go over the stocks that I'm watching throughout the week. We did talk about INKW, and I was like, listen, I'm really frustrated with INKW, and I have yet to have averaged down because I can't really establish a solid support level. And so this morning we were even just talking about INKW within my mentorship group, and I said, listen, this is still something that I'm not really comfortable with adding just yet. I really want to see that absolute bottom pop in. So what happened here? Well, it looked as if they had been diluting for some time over the last, I would say, 4 weeks or so, and that's what had been driving the price down. Having said that, looking at this morning right after mentorship, I looked at MAXM, which is a known dilutive market maker, on level 2, and it appeared that they had diluted quite a bit, or basically put in a huge bid or dumped a whole lot of shares onto the bid price all the way down here. And that's where you see this long wick on the chart here. That's where there was a huge dump, and then all of a sudden buying started to come right back in. And so that's when I added to my position, averaging down. Have a really nice position here on INKW now, and it started to climb right back up because dilution had backed off. Is it completely done and over with? I am going to say probably not. Only reason I'm saying that is because if you go and look at level 2 on INKW, you can see that Alps is a known dilutive market maker. Maxim is also a known dilutive market maker, but they're well off the box. Paul as well off the level 2 box. They're not actively diluting. If they were, we would see them right here at the top, and they have completely backed off. they're still there. So they may still have shares to convert, but it's far less than what they were converting. And so that is why INKW has made such a strong move from its lows. It'd be really nice to see this get back over a penny. I'm super excited about it. Finally, some positive moves out of INKW. So what else is going on? So we made, obviously, VNUE was another one that we watched from Stockwatch Sunday. Amazing moves from not only our We Trade HQ family, but also the morning mentorship crew, where we got in well into the 002 area. Dilution has still ceased. There is no dilution going on with VNUE currently. There's no active diluters on the top of this box here, as you can see. Well, I spoke too soon. There's Alps there. Doesn't look like he has much size, however. And it's had highs of 0039 just today, making some really strong moves. I've gone over a lot of DD on VNUE at length. So if you're interested in checking that out, you want to know more about VNUE, go to Stockwatch Sunday, my most previous one, and check that out. Lots of more. I think there's a lot more to come with VNUE. I'm almost at free shares here, and I will be stress-free as soon as that happens. And I mean, what a strong move that VNUE has. I still see a lot of value here. I think that it could eventually move to pennies. So once I get to those free shares, probably going to hold on to those for a little bit to see how this reacts, as long as that dilution can stay away. So next one's going to be CBBT. CBBT was one that actually a day trade that I made. I probably sold a little bit too early, but I didn't want to risk it because I did see that Maxim came back on. This is the same situation. This is the theme of today, is just a lack of dilution. Or when dilution stops, money is made. So I got in, shouted it out within the group at 002 and wrote it all the way up to 0039, where I sold half of my position. So then I had a 100% gain, just about. Sold half of my position, was riding on free shares at that point. Saw Maxim show up and started to come back down at 003. And so I said, you know what? I'm not going to mess with this because it looked like Maxim was dumping a lot of shares. And I said, I'm out. So I sold the rest of my shares. I think that perhaps there's definitely potential for this to keep going if the momentum's still there. But CBBT still has, some dilution to get taken care of. You can look on level 2. You can see how they've backed off considerably. Actually, MAXM isn't even on here anymore at all. So it could definitely make another strong move. I just wanted to protect my initial investment, protect my profits on that one. It was a nice little day trade. You never really see me day trade a whole lot. So this was actually kind of a rare play for me. But I wanted to secure those profits and secure that, secure that initial investment. And it was textbook, play. When dilution stops, the buying starts. It really starts to get a move on. We saw that there with CBBT. We saw it with INKW. And we've been seeing it with VNUE. Should be interesting to see if they continue to dilute here on VNUE. I think, though, that even though that there is some dilution, that given the amount of dollar volume that's coming in, I think that it's definitely overcomable. There's one thing that we talk about a lot of times when we're talking about dilution and, how terrible it can be for a stock. And it is. It's never really a good thing that a stock is diluting unless it's like extremely thin, way too thin to really kind of place a decent trade on to get in and out of easily in terms of liquidity. But when you're looking at dilution that really is toxic, that's kind of just driving the price of the stock down, it's never really a good thing. However, there is instances where it can be overcome if there's enough retail buyers, people like you and me, that can overcome that dilution and continue to make the stock move up. That seems to be the case with VNUE. Well, I'm still going to be monitoring this closely. And obviously let you guys know within the We Trade HQ community my thoughts on it as this continues to move. But VNUE, again, something that I see a lot of potential in. Just going to look here to see some comments. Just joking. Yeah, it's all good, Mark. I appreciate it. I love laughing at my own expense all the time. I try not to be that uptight. Chris says, so glad I averaged and handled down. I guess average down. I guess that's about INKW. in my opinion, what's the catalyst growth for VYST? I'm still very long on VYST. There's lots of potential there. Merger potential. There is, they got a lot of good products that is going to be adding value to that stock. So I still have a lot of long-term potential on VYST. Talked about it at length in the past. Seems to be holding around that 4-cent range quite well. So until it starts to show otherwise that, it might not be looking very strong, I'm just going to continue to hold. Maxim was there earlier, but just to trick people into selling. And that you might have been right about that, Dave. But for me personally, I was like, I'm not comfortable hanging out here for too long. I'm just going to go ahead and get out. In reference to CBBT, give Brad a thumbs up. Yeah, guys, I don't know how many people are watching. Let me go ahead and check and see here. How many of you are watching me right now? It's got 44. So yeah, if we could get 44 likes, I certainly would appreciate it. So give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to this channel, I certainly would hope that I have earned your subscription. If you learned something here today, and be sure to tune in around this time every day where I go over the stocks that we play throughout the day. If you're not part of WeTrade HQ, the links are down in the description below. It's absolutely free to join. It's a great community to be a part of, and I sure hope to see you there. As for me, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support. And as always, I will see you all before the bell. B. Smith is out. Have a good one.